Looks relatively fresh. And the tree itself's gone. And over here I got a tune. Relatively fresh. All right. Get cross down in here. All right, guys. So I'm over here setting some beaver traps. Right here, I'm looking at something that looks like maybe an old hut. I'm not sure, but in this area, I'm finding the best new chewings. I'm finding a feed bed out there. I got a dam here that looks to be maintained. So this is where I'm guessing the beaver are. So what I did was I put a caster mount over here with a Duke number 4 on a drowning rig. Apologize, I'm a little bit sick. Got some Foxy Flattails, his beaver buster. I got that on there. And this time I put a trail camera up on this tree to watch that, just to see if there is beaver activity. This is the only trap I've set here so far. But what I'm going to do is walk in this direction because there's another dam. There's beaver sign for miles down this stream, and this just seems to be the best area I've come to so far. So plan on getting like 8 traps out today, maybe a little less. So trap number 1's in the ground. It's in a good spot. We'll see what happens with this one. So let's move on. Okay, so my drowning rod's over there. The dam's here, and there's a crossover. Not across the dam, but right here in this other waterway. If I set the snare there, which I wanted to do, I'd be too close to my dam. So I moved over to that side and put the snare at the bottom of that slide where they're going in and out. I'm not really sure why they're going over there, but it's pretty obvious they are. So we'll see what we can pick up there. All right, so here's the back side of the dam I was just on. Here's another dam. Fresh chewings beside the dam. So I came over here, I set a snare right here with a caster mount up here, and I just made where the snare is the easiest way to get through. So hopefully I get a beaver that's interested in that caster mount and comes swimming up through and gets caught right there. I have that anchored to that tree there. This is Dunlap Big Piles, what I'm running there. I predict that the Foxy Flattails is going to catch because that's what normally happens, but same with the place over there. I'm not really sure where their den is, but I'm seeing cuts underneath here, and that's a rock that I'm standing on top of. So this is like a rock shelf, so there's a real good chance these beaver are underneath of me near this dam. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, let's move on to the next location. Now there's definitely beavers here at one point, but I'm not seeing any fresh sign. I see a little bit of chewings up against the embankment over there and kind of laying around in the water, but all the trees that I've seen knocked down have been down for a while. Let me go up here to where the water's getting stopped up and just see if I missed something. Yeah, that's an old chewing. I mean, that's an old run right there. I'm not seeing much of anything new. Right here's lots of trees that got chewed on by them. It doesn't seem like they're there, but it definitely seems like this place is flooded. I mean, it just looks like this. Pretty old. That definitely looks flooded down through here. Let me walk down here and check. And this definitely seems fresher. Those chews right there by the dam seem fresh. It's definitely slowing down water. Not seeing anything down there that's screaming beaver, but I mean, this is a pretty easy walk. I'm feeling like I should just throw a drowning rig in here just to see. Just go for it, you know? So I don't have to walk far from the road to check it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, I put 2 drowning rigs in here. I got one up there with Big Pile. I got one right here with Foxy Flattails. I see chewings underneath this tree, and I see a really good trail cut in right there. Also looks like for some reason, an extremely good trail going up that hillside. So maybe that beaver just hangs out right here. Maybe it's just a lone beaver. I'm not really sure. So just 2 drowning rods here. And yeah, let's move on to the next spot. Looks like I got a beaver track there. But it didn't go through my snare. My snare was tightened up, so I don't know if a muskrat jumped on it or something, but it didn't work out. Let's get to these other 2. All right, I see nothing in either of these traps at this first location, so we're gonna switch out the card and yeah, move on. All right, so we got a beaver here on this set. Let's check this other set. Not a huge beaver, but not a little baby beaver either. We'll get him checked out. Let's check this other set real quick. This is the spot where I didn't think I'd get one. He didn't get down the rod. That kind of sucks, but check this out. And then over here, oh, my block's all the way over here. Got to figure out where my rod went. I'm looking. Just don't see it at the moment. All right, well, let's go get this one dispatched. I can see the toenails on that one, so I think I got 2 beavers. Sweet, let's go get this one dispatched. Where this cable is. Like I said, I think I'm looking at the toenail of a beaver. I'm looking for the rod that I had jammed in the mud. I'm pretty sure it's here. Just looking for... I'll turn it back on when I find it. Well, folks, I don't know how this worked out, but somehow this beaver pulled that brick all over the place, got himself all wrapped up, and pulled the stake out of the mud, and he was just all curled up right there. I was able to fish him out, but I mean, this is kind of how I pulled him out. He was caught by a couple toes. He ain't that big of a beaver. Neither of these beavers are really that big. I'm actually just going to pull my traps because I think these are the only 2 beavers here. Yeah, we'll just focus on the other place, but 2 beavers in this location. I was surprised that there was even any, and there are 2, they look like 2 really young ones, and I think they just moved in. So yep, we'll move on. So cool, success on day 1. Check day 1, 2 beavers. All right, guys, I got them back up to the truck just to kind of show what I'm talking about. And they got little tiny tails. This one's a little bit bigger, but this is the one that was under the water and was dead. So he looks smaller, but I actually think he's bigger. But my guess is 2-year-old beavers, just, you know, last year's kits. And they moved away from all that chaos down there, which I know about. And this is where they tried setting up, but it looks like there was beavers here before. There was just enough evidence for me to think that there was some fresh beavers, and I'm guessing those are the only 2, so I'm moving on. All right, guys, so I'm at the place where I set my beaver traps first. This will be check day 3, and nothing's really happened yet. So I'm going into it anticipating that I'm going to pull these traps. If I have a beaver in one of these traps, then I'm going to leave it behind. So I'll get over there and show you what's going on, pull the camera and all that stuff if nothing's in it. But if I got a beaver, we'll reset and go another day and see what happens. All right, guys, I'm looking around and I'm just not seeing the evidence that there's a beaver working any of these sets. So we're gonna pull them out and move on to a new spot tomorrow. Kind of a bummer. Maybe I'll get something on the camera and be like, okay, there's one there. Maybe I need to try something a little bit different. Maybe he's trap shy. Maybe just, you know, I didn't luck out this time, but we will see. We will try. Yep, we'll move on. What's funny is you can tell that these beavers never come on this side. I mean, just look at the water. There's just no activity over here. They've been here before, they just don't consistently come